There is something quietly devastating about praying the same prayer for years and hearing nothing back. Not a no, not a closed door, just silence, which in some ways is the hardest answer to hold, because silence can mean anything, and your mind will fill it with everything you are most afraid of. You've watched people around you receive what you have been trusting God for. You've shown up faithful on the days when faithfulness felt expensive. You've tried not to compare your story to theirs, and you've done your best not to say out loud what you sometimes think in private, that maybe God forgot about you, or that your prayers don't register the way other people's do, or that you are being tested in a way you didn't consent to and cannot find the purpose of. The silence of unanswered prayer is one of the most disorienting experiences in the Christian life. Not because it disproves faith, but because it presses on the exact questions faith is meant to answer. Does he hear me? Is he good? Am I doing something wrong? Those questions are not the absence of faith. They are faith doing the hardest thing it ever has to do, holding on without the evidence it is asking for. Habakkuk 2:3 was written for exactly this season. The prophet is in anguish. He has cried out to God about injustice and heard nothing, and he is starting to wonder what the silence means. And God answers, "For the vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end. It will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not delay." Not that the vision isn't coming, not that the promise has been revoked, but that there is an appointed time, a specific moment chosen by a God who sees farther than you do, and the waiting is not the same as the denying. This is the distinction that changes everything. Delay is not the same as denial. When God doesn't answer on your timeline, the silence does not mean the answer is no. It may mean the answer is not yet, and not yet is a different category entirely. Psalm 27:14 puts it plainly, "Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord." The repetition is intentional. Waiting in Scripture is never passive resignation. It is active, muscular trust, the deliberate choice to hold your ground when everything in you wants to either force an answer or give up looking for one. Isaiah 40:31 gives the reward of that kind of waiting. "They who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." This is not describing waiting as a test to survive. It is describing waiting as a posture that produces something in you that the shortcut never could. The strength God is building in the in-between is not incidental to the promise. It is part of it. You are not just waiting for what God is going to give you. You are being formed into someone prepared to receive it and carry it. Here is what this looks like in a real week. Stop measuring the silence as evidence against God's goodness. The absence of an answer is not the same as the absence of God. He is active in the in-between, whether or not that activity is visible to you yet. Bring the unanswered prayer back to Him again, not because repetition changes His mind, but because the act of returning keeps your heart tethered to the right source rather than drifting toward bitterness or self-reliance. And look for what He is doing while you wait. He is rarely doing nothing. He is often doing something you didn't ask for, quietly making you ready for what you did. The grace in the delay is this: God is not slow because He is forgetful. He is purposeful because He is good. The God who counts the hairs on your head does not misplace your prayers. He holds them. He tends them. He brings them to their appointed time with the same faithfulness that has kept every other promise He has ever made. Just because He hasn't answered yet doesn't mean He hasn't heard you. He is not late. He is building something.